Alright, in this video I wanted to make sure that we set up the basics of the Polyphony function for our patch here. In the last video I neglected to connect the output of the VCA to the second input on the audio module. That's because I was planning on doing some external audio processing in our host for the chorus, but let's leave that till later. So for now, just connect a second patch cable to the second input of your audio module so that we have sound in both sides of our stereo speakers. I was also noticing a little bit of distortion in my recording system. So if you're experiencing any distortion, especially when it comes up to using the Polyphony part of the patch, just try or start by turning down your VCA. So I've just set that to quite low, actually, just about 30%, just for the moment, till we continue on and see if it's still an issue. So to demonstrate the Polyphony, I don't have a keyboard on me, but I'm going to use Ableton as a sequencer. So in live, I'm just going to make a new MIDI clip, play a single note, and make sure I've set the MIDI 2 chooser to the ISC bus on a Mac and the channel 1. And then in rack, on my MIDI to CV module, select core MIDI as the driver, and then IAC bus or driver bus 1 as our input. So now when I play this MIDI clip here, you can see that that MIDI is getting sent over to rack and then triggering our patch. So Polyphony, that means we need to play more than one note to get this to work. So in live, I thought it could be fun to, rather than typing in a chord or playing in a chord on my non-existent keyboard, if I go to MIDI effects, then to the chord plugin, and pick one of these chord presets, this plugin will now convert this single note into a 3-note chord. But when I press play, we still only hear the one note. That's because in rack, we need to enable the Polyphony function. So to do that, on our MIDI CV module, we can right click, go to Polyphony channels, and select the number of notes Polyphony that we wanted to have. Because we're working on creating this patch into a replication of a Juno 106 that had 6 voices on it, so we're going to select 6 here as well. So that's all you need to do in this instance. And notice when you do that, that the cables that are carrying polyphonic signals turn much thicker, and the little lights at the connection points are now blue instead of yellow. So that's one thing to help you, identify where you're using polyphonic signals. Now when I press play here in live, you can hear we have a chord. And our filter's still working. So in the past, I'll try a different chord here, just a major chord. A different chord. Let's go back to that. Let's go to this one. So in the past, to achieve that in rack, we would have had to pretty much essentially duplicated this this little system here 3 times to get the 3 voices, but the Polyphony function allows us to get up to 16 voices from any module that has the Polyphony function built into it. All right.